Hey bro, welcome to my stream, glad to see you here.
You almost never see any keepers in this club. I guess they don't care what happens here. That or the music keeps them away.
This is an interesting notion.
Hey there, welcome to Flex.
Hey, good to see another human in here.
Okay, so we've got ourselves a talkers.
I could get used to living like this.
No such from these winnings by Shepard. How much money do we have anyway? 54,000. High Explosive 3. High explosive grenades are modified to maximize their blast radius and impact. Alright. Seems more effective that way. We've got some points here and there. Shield boost. Yeah, that's gotta be useful. Hey Garrus, do you want some advanced overkill? Or maybe electronics. 60 seconds or 50 seconds. 50 seconds sound good. Hey Tali. First aid is not the option. Not an option. Advanced sabotage. Sounds fun. Hey, she has 11 points. God damn. Here we go. We need lots of money.
Alliance officials report that a Geth incursion into the Armstrong cluster has been repulsed, with the Geth suffering heavy casualties. In the event of future Geth activity, the Alliance plans to maintain a strong security presence in the area.
It's not what you're thinking. I'm trying to count her fingers. Yeah, sure, yep.
In a further development in the Eden Prime investigation, the Council has reportedly revoked the Spectre status of one of its operatives. While the unnamed operative has not yet been apprehended, a Council spokesman confirmed that corrective actions had been taken.
Corrective. Yeah, let's correct his face. As if it's not corrected anyway. Yeah, he had tubes last time. Well, what? We can inspect Normandy Hall. Let's do this. Where? Okay, how can we do this? How do we inspect it? Weapons. Ablative armor. The warship's kinetic barriers reduce the damage from solid objects, but can do nothing to block guardian lasers, particle beams, and other forms of directed energy weapon. DEW. The inner layer of warship protection consists of ablative armor plate designed to boil away when heated. The vaporized armor material scatters a DEU beam, rendering it ineffectual. A scaffold is building around the interior pressure hull, with sheets of ablative armor hung from the structure. Ships typically have multiple layers of armor separated by empty baffles, spaces often used for cargo storage. Cruisers, which lack the internal space to fit dedicated fighter hangars, store the shipboard fighter complement in the baffles. It is not unknown for enlisted crew to build illicit alcohol distilleries in some obscure corner of the baffles, safe from prying eyes. Alcoholic smuggling.
The Normandy is amazing, Shepard. It's an honor to be among her crew.
You always see a few civilians hanging around the academy waiting to speak to an officer about some problem or other.
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination in progress. Logged. The commanding officer is aboard. XO Presley stands relieved.
Hey, can we talk to our team? After all, we completed the side quest.
Anything you need, Commander?
Like they ever cared, Paper Point?
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
I've wasted enough of your time for now, Commander. We'll have time for personal debriefings later.
We'll talk another time, Lieutenant.
Commander?
Hey, we have 2 beds in our quarters. At least it's a double bed. Who could bed with someone? Huh? Come on, Ashley. Make me people happy.
Commander?
We'll talk later, Williams.
Looking forward to it, sir.
What do you want, Shepard?
Why did you become a mercenary?
Lots of reasons.
Damn it, beggar, it's a king-size bed, can't even pick a word, lol. It's not a king size, it's double bed, it's only that. The king size is 2 beds plus half of one of them.
Such as?
Such as, I needed to get out of our system. I needed to eat. I needed to survive.
People eat.
Why not stay and help your people?
I tried to help. That's why I had to leave.
What happened?
I was betrayed. I was head of a small tribe. We were trying to restore order after the war, but the other tribes were against us. They followed Jared, one of the few warlords who survived the war with the Turians. But he was old, and so were his ideas. He wanted to continue the war. He wanted us to fight. Turians, Solarians, each other. It didn't matter who, as long as we were fighting.
What did you want?
I just wanted Jared to shut up, to stop his ranting. I wanted him to stop leading the tribes astray. But he couldn't understand how much things had changed. We didn't have the numbers to go to war. Even if we did, the genophage made sure we couldn't replenish our numbers fast enough. I told them all to forget about war. We needed to focus on breeding, at least for 1 generation. And for a while, we were getting through. Some of the tribes started coming around.
Yo, Ren, welcome to our stream, glad to see you here.
I take it the warlord didn't appreciate that.
No, he didn't. He arranged a crush with the tribes. A meeting on neutral ground. He wanted to talk. We met at the Hollows, near the graves of our ancestors. The skulls of our dead laid bare to remind us where we come from, and where we all go. It's as sacred as any Krogan place can be. Violence is forbidden.
It sounds like a trap to me. You must have suspected as much.
I did. But when your father invites you to a crush, well, there are some laws that even we hold sacred.
Jared was your father?
He was. Until that day. We talked, but we didn't get anywhere. When it was clear that I wouldn't join him, he gave the signal. His men leapt from the graves of our ancestors like Krogan undead. The few that were loyal to me died quickly. I escaped with my life, but not before I sank my dagger deep into my father's chest. That is why I left, and that's why I'll never go back.
Holy shit, this is deep.
You must have family other than your father. Don't you miss them?
You're trying to make me cry, Shepard. I've got some unfinished business with my family, but that's all.
What kind of business?
Before I left, I made an oath to my father's father. I swore to recover my family's battle armor. It was taken from him after the uprising.
What's so important about this armor?
It's a relic. Useless, really. But it was worn by 5 generations of my family before the war. It's rightfully mine. Originally, it was taken by the Turian military. we weren't allowed armor or weapons after the war. Now, it's in the hands of Ton Actus, a Turian scum who collects relics from the war. He's made millions selling Krogan artifacts that were stolen from my people. He's got several bases where he stores his goods, all fortified and guarded. I just don't know which base has my family's armor.
Just tell me where to start looking.
I'll upload the data to your nav system. But Commander, I want to be there when you find him.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Oh yeah, we've got a new quest. And loot, yeah. Krogan culture. The harsh Krogan homeworld conditioned the Krogan psychologically for toughness, just as it did the body. Krogan have always had a tendency to be selfish, unsympathetic and blunt. They respect strength and self-reliance and are neither surprised nor offended by treachery. The weak and selfless do not live long. In their culture, looking out for number one is simply a matter of course. After their defeat in the rebellions, the very concept of Krogan leadership was discredited. Where a warlord could once command enough power to bring entire solar systems to heel and become overlord, these days it is rare for a single leader to have more than 1,000 warriors swear allegiance to him. Most Krogan trust and serve no one but themselves. The solitary attitude stems in part from a deep sense of fatalism and futility, a profound social effect with the genophage that caused Krogan numbers to dwindle to a relative handful. Not only are they angry and that their entire galaxy seems out to get them, the Krogan are also genetically pessimistic about their race's chances of survival. The surviving Krogan see no point to building for the future. There will be no future. The Krogan live with the attitude of kill, pillage and be selfish, for tomorrow we die. Rex, family armor. Find the Turian who stole Rex's family armor. He's hiding at a base somewhere in the Argus Rho cluster. Not bad, not bad. We've got a quest.
Commander, good to see you.
You've been with CSEC a while. Have you seen much action?
Well, not as much as you, but yeah, I've seen some interesting things.
I'll bet you have. Anything in particular that stands out?
I remember this Solarian geneticist I was sent to investigate. That case was a bit disturbing.
What happened? Why were you investigating them?
I was tasked with tracking black market trade on the Citadel. Most of it harmless, nothing I needed to pursue. But during the course of my investigation, I noticed an increase in the trade of body parts, organs mostly. We usually get a few of those, but not the numbers I was seeing. We weren't sure if there was a new black market lab or if some freak was harvesting organs from citizens.
You've seen this before on the Citadel?
Every so often, some lab sells unwanted parts through the black market, but they're not as bad as the cycles. I remember this one Elcor diplomat we caught in my first year on the job. He was hacking people up and selling their organs, had the station in a bit of a panic. But this case wasn't that clear-cut. Turns out there was more going on than we first realized.
So how did you figure out what was happening?
First, we got a hold of a sample and ran DNA tests. The weird thing was, the match led us to a Turian who was still alive and was very convinced he'd never lost his liver. After a bit of digging, I discovered this Turian worked briefly for Dr. Salion, the geneticist. So I went to his lab hoping to find evidence of cloned organ development, but there was nothing. No Solarian hearts, no Turian livers, not one Krogan testicle.
You're kidding, right? Why would anyone want Krogan testicles?
Some Krogan believe that testicle transplants can increase their virility, counteract the effects of the genophage. It doesn't work, but that doesn't stop them from buying. They'll pay up to 10,000 credits each. That's 40,000 for a full set. Somebody's making a killing out there.
What did you do about the geneticist?
I brought in some of his employees for interrogation, to see if I could get them to talk. While I was interviewing one of them, I came across something suspicious.
You mean threaten? Was that really necessary?
Maybe, maybe not. Either way, it paid off. One of my detainees started bleeding profusely during the interview. We offered to patch him up when he got frantic, freaked out. I ordered a full exam to find out what was going on. Our medics found incisions all over his body, some of them fresh. That was our big break. These people weren't just Dr. Salion's employees. They were test tubes. Walking, living test tubes.
He was growing parts inside these people?
Exactly. He cloned their organs right inside their own bodies. Then he harvested them and sold them off. Most of the victims were poor. He'd pay them each a small percentage of the sales, but only if the organs were good. Sometimes an organ wouldn't grow properly, so he'd just leave it in them. Most of them were a mess, but only on the inside, hidden so nobody could see it.
I hope he got what he deserved.
That's the worst part. We never caught him.
What?
Why not? What the hell happened?
He ran, blew his lab, grabbed some of his employees, and headed for the nearest space dock. By the time I found out, his ship was already leaving. He threatened to kill his hostages if we tried to stop him.
But you went after him anyway, right?
I ordered Citadel Defense to shoot him down, but CSEC headquarters countermanded my order. They were worried about the hostages, worried about civilian casualties if the ship was destroyed so close to the Citadel. I told them those hostages were dead anyway. We just used them to make more organs. But they wouldn't listen.
Idiots.
Well, you can't get them all.
No, but letting him get away like that. All they had to do was disable that ship, stop him from running. Maybe the hostages die, maybe they don't, but at least we stopped the bastard responsible for it all.
Idiotas.
I suppose I can see both sides. But what's done is done.
I suppose. Can't waste too much time worrying about it now. Just wish I could have stopped him. That's all.
Do you have any idea what happened to Dr. Salion?
I sent out feelers from time to time, hoping to find something. I thought I'd found him a while back. He changed ships and changed his name to Dr. Hart, his idea of a joke, I guess. I told the military, but they weren't convinced it was him. I got the transponder frequency for his new ship, but I just can't get anyone to check it out.
I'll check out the coordinates when I get a chance.
I was hoping you'd say that, but Commander, take me with you when you go. If it's Salion, I want to be there when you find him.
Hell yeah! Turians, biology. The Turian homeworld, Palaven, has a metal-poor core, generating a weak magnetic field and allowing more solar radiation into the atmosphere. To deal with this, most forms of life on Palaven evolved some form of metallic exoskeleton to protect themselves. Their reflective plate-like skin makes Turians less susceptible to long-term, low-level radiation exposure, but they do not possess any sort of natural armor. A Turian's thick skin does not stop projectiles and directed energy bolts. Although life on Palaven is carbon-based and oxygen-breathing, it is built on dextro amino acids. This places the Turians in a distinct minority of the galactic stage. The Quarians are the only other known sapient dextro protein race. The food of humans, Asari or Solarians, who evolved in level amino acid-based biospheres, will best pass through Turian systems without providing any nutrition. At worst, it will trigger an allergic reaction that can be fatal if not immediately treated. What we learned about Turian biology just talking about Krogan testicles.
Shepard, I need to talk to you. It's important.
Of course, you all need to talk to me.
Is something wrong?
You know the data you took from those Geth control nodes? The information you uploaded to Alliance Control? I want a copy of it.
You want to bring this data back to the migrant fleet?
Those files have information that could be vital to our efforts to understand the Geth. It could be the key to helping us reclaim our homeworld.
You think you can use this information to destroy your enemy?
Not right away. We will need to study it. It could take years, but it will give us new insight into how the Geth have changed and evolved over the past centuries.
Go ahead, make a copy.
My people, I owe you a great debt, one I can never repay. The only thing I can offer in return is what you already have. My solemn promise to stay with you until Saren and his Geth armies are defeated.
We have a double bed in my private quarters.
I never wanted anything more.
Thank you, Shepard.
Paragon +1. And we've got some free experience points, why not? Oh hell, we need lots of it to actually level up. And do you have anything new to tell me, Engineer
Something
Adams?
I can do for you, Commander.
Where else have you served, Adams?
If you name a class of Alliance ship, I've probably served on it. Everything from dreadnoughts and carriers right down to frigates like the Normandy. My last assignment was on the Tokyo, only a cruiser, but she was a good ship. Couldn't hold a candle to the Normandy, though.
Carry on, Adams.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Our alien friends have some quests for us, and well, not the human companions. Maybe Joker has something new. Let's talk to him.
Commander, something you need?
How's the Normandy performing? Is she everything they said she'd be?
She's the best ship in the fleet. If you've got a pilot who knows how to handle her. Balance isn't what you'd expect. Takes a while to get used to that oversized drive core we got stuffed in the back, and her power can sneak up on you if you're not careful. The Normandy's probably too much ship for your average Alliance pilot, Commander. Lucky for you, I'm anything but average.
I like to know my crew. Mind if I ask you a few questions?
I can see where this is going. You did a background check on me, didn't you? Well, I'll tell you the same thing I told the captain. You want me as your pilot. I'm not good. I'm not even great. I am the best damn helmsman in the Alliance fleet. Top of my class in flight school, I earned that. All those commendations in my file, I earned every single one. Those weren't given to me as charity for my disease.
I'm sorry, Joker. I didn't even know you were sick.
You mean you didn't know? Oh, crap. Okay, I've got Vrolik syndrome, brittle bone disease. The bones in my legs never develop properly. They're basically hollow, too much force and they'll shatter. Even with crutches and my leg braces, it's hard to get around. One wrong step and crack! It's very dramatic. But I've learned to manage my condition, Commander. Put the Normandy in my hands and I'll make her dance for you. Just don't ask me to get up and dance unless, you like the sound of snapping shin bones.
I have to go.
Alright, see you.
Find Dr. Salian. Head to the Herschel system in the Kepler Verge. Oh well. Keep searching for more elements and minerals as you travel. Survey any that you find. Hey, that's a quest! It means that if we complete it, we'll get some interesting loot, I guess. We'll get some credits and experience points as usual. Argus Row Cluster. Vermelos has a thick atmosphere of nitrogen and helium. Its surface is scorching hot and mainly composed of alumina with deposits of borax. The planet has an extensive network of subterranean caves formed over the millennia by volcanic processes. In these relatively cool areas, some primitive life has developed. Orbital period 0.4 Earth years, radius 9,593 kilometers, day length 19.4 Earth hours. Atmospheric pressure 1.3 Earth atmospheres, surface temperature 503 Celsius, surface gravity 1.2 G. Matt Goss.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
General distress call. The Sacred Angel medical transport. Critical system failure. Losing power. Emergency landing. Argos. Communications failing. Life support and emergency transponder. Won't last. Please hurry.
Warning, level 2 heat hazard. Medgos is a large terrestrial planet with an atmosphere of carbon dioxide and nitrogen. Its hot surface is mainly composed of nickel with deposits of potassium and heavy metals. It is a mineralogical treasure trove, but with concentrated heavy elements constantly being brought to the surface by volcanic activity. Medgos is inhospitable and dangerous, and expeditions must be well prepared to survive any length of time. With its high mass, heat-trapping clouds, and constant volcanic venting, Medgos seems well on its way to becoming a Venusian pressure cooker world. Orbital period 2.8 Earth years, radius 7,301 km, day length 47.2 Earth hours, atmospheric pressure 1 Earth atmosphere, surface temperature 169 Celsius, surface gravity 1.1 G. Yar is a large gas giant with traces of fluorine and sodium in its atmosphere. It also has a significant amount of water vapor in the clouds of its upper atmosphere. Yar was struck by an asteroid at least 12 kilometers in diameter within the last 100 years. The superheating caused by the impactor's atmospheric passage created a large bank of vicious storms along the equatorial band. Orbital period 12.8 Earth years, radius 60,774 kilometers, day length 11.8 Earth hours. And shit. Canrum. Canrum is a small rocky world with a trace of atmosphere of methane and krypton. Its surface is mainly composed of magnesium and silicates with deposits of carbon. Canrum was the site of the warlords Hyagur's defeat by Turian peacekeeping forces during the Krogan rebellions. While this band was not especially powerful, Hyagur was a female warlord, and one of the few remaining fertile females at that. She had, though viciousness and cunning, parlayed her unique value into position of power. Krogan makes competed for the right to join her band and live with her. When Shiagur's death was announced, vengeful male Krogan admirers near and far swore blood oaths against the participating Turian crews. In the end, several thousand of the Turian participants were killed in open combat or through assassination. To this day, many Krogan proudly proclaim that they have the blood of Shiagur. Orbital period 67.3 Earth years, radius 5,220 kilometers, day length 32.5 Earth hours, atmospheric pressure 0.07 Earth atmospheres, surface temperature minus 132 Celsius, surface gravity 0.55 G. Survey. Turian insignia recovered. Scans for the planet Kenru revealed dangerous level of radiation coming from orbit. Chief Engineer Adams conducted further scans and discovered the remains of an ancient warhead marked with the Parthia colony insignia. Biba is a standard Neptune-type gas giant. The upper cloud decks of its hydrogen-helium atmosphere tinted a dramatic blue by traces of methane. Orbital period 162.1 Earth years, radius 45,145 kilometers, day length 12.8 Earth hours. Let's survey it. Gas deposit. Scans from orbit have detected a large concentration of helium-3. What have we here? Transponder signal, anomaly, and debris. We've got a deposit on the way down. No damage. Good. Oops. The element of surprise was destroyed. Thorium deposit. Holy shit. Rare element survey. We have successfully surveyed a large deposit of thorium.
Let's get moving. No sense sitting around.
Yeah, no sense. Why are we talking? change the background effect.
Looks like the signal's coming from that wreckage.
Careful, Shepard. Yeah, it's a trap!
Fuck.
I'm on my way.
Well, this world is grey. Some traces of not grey out there in the on the horizon. must love it. That kind of action. Also, my right front wheel is damaged now after that fall. See a deposit. I believe it's here. Yeah, it's here. So this is our radius. Okay, so we need to go here, here, and here. And for that we explore the map. But nothing for our laser here. Mercury deposit. Combat Scanner 4. Exoskeleton 4. Now this is cool actually. Smash damage and physics threshold. Augmentation increases the force of rifle butts and other melee attacks. The increased mass of the mechanized suit also provides protection against high physics armor and biotic attacks such as lift or throw. I don't know. No, we could use Stulen pack. Yes! We did it! We did it! Heavy metal surveyed! You have successfully surveyed a large deposit of mercury. Boxsters. See this edge of the map. It's we're going north. What a dark planet. crashed probe. Combat scanner incendiary rounds.
Let's go.
Droning sounds remind me of the attempts of the scientists to try and adhere the world's surface via their spectral analysis results. Well, that makes this kind of planet is ultra menacing and disturbing. Well, at least I think it's realistic. What's over there? Hey, shit, I need to get on top of this mountain first. Aww. The Geth actually really made a perfect ambushers. We didn't see anything, and there was nothing on visuals even when we got closer to the object. What's this? Part of some shit. Insignia recovered. By searching the wreckage, you found a very old letter stamped with the Gothis colony insignia. Unfortunately, the text is undecipherable. think that this part of the map we already discovered. Holy shit. Funny how much grip this thing has. That's enough for a simple, yeah, like this. It's enough of simple touch. And it goes nuts with this grip. Alright, last round of last round of our roller coaster. And we're back here. Hey, we were going here for the quest for lizard friend. Why haven't we found anything? Or we need to go to Pinnacle Station. Alright, off we go. Is there anything else here? Pinnacle Station. Patashi. Patashi is a sun-blasted terrestrial world whose atmosphere was blasted away millennia ago by the star Phoenix. The surface is scorching hot and mainly composed of iron with deposits of tin. Due to its relatively low density, Patashi is tidally locked to Phoenix. These of molten light metals cover much of the sunward side. Orbital period 0.3 Earth years. Radius 7,082 kilometers. Day length 0.3 Earth hours. Atmospheric pressure no pressure. Surface temperature 546 Celsius. Surface grade 0.75 G. Let's survey it. Rare element surveyed. While scanning this planet, you detected a deposit of samarium. Yummy. Il Salto. Il Salto is a standard hydrogen-helium gas giant. It has no remarkable features. We understand Il Salto. Orbital period 36 Earth years. Radius 56,621 kilometers. Day length 13.6 Earth hours. Toontown. Toontown is an enormous low-density terrestrial planet with a thick atmosphere of methane and helium. Despite being nearly 20 astronomical units from Phoenix, the star's great heat and the insulating thickness of the atmosphere make the surface surprisingly temperate. The crust is mainly composed of sodium and silicon dioxide with deposits of various light metals. While Toontown is not habitable, the relative pleasantness of the surface conditions make it a popular location for small ships traveling through the Argus Rho cluster to land for drive and discharge. Orbital period 63.8 Earth years, radius 11,867 kilometers, day length 69.7 Earth hours, atmospheric pressure 31.3.12 Earth atmospheres, surface temperature 21 Celsius, surface gravity 1.1 G. It's high pressure. Vebinok. Vebinok is a small terrestrial world with a thin atmosphere of krypton and xenon. Its frozen surface is mainly composed of carbonaceous material, water ice, and low-density silicates. Rare but concentrated loads of light metals have been deposited by asteroid impact. One hemisphere of Vebinok is covered by surface deposits of oxidized copper. Approximately 270 years ago, a Turian bulk gas transport was attacked by pirates in the Phoenix system. Damage that made a rough landing on Vebinok. The heat of the landing melted significant quantities of surface ice and ruptured shipping containers spilled LOX across the surface. Before these evaporated and escaped Vebinok's weak gravity, it reacted to cause the widespread rust. Orbital period 94.5 Earth years, radius 3,379 kilometers, day length 68.3 Earth hours. Atmospheric pressure 0.27 Earth atmospheres, surface temperature minus 154 Celsius, surface gravity 0.28 G. Let's survey. Light metal survey, of course. Scans from orbit have detected deposits of cobalt. Time for you to go to bed. Alright, we're in Argus Zero cluster. I need to make a note that we went to Hydra system to explore it entirely. Station. Where the hell is it? In progress. Right. So to go to bed, we actually traveled to the Citadel. Alright, we go with Garrus and Ashley. Why not? They should have fun together.
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere. Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
Alliance officials report that a Geth incursion into the Armstrong cluster has been repulsed, with the Geth suffering heavy casualties. In the event of future Geth activity, the Alliance plans to maintain a strong security presence in the area.
CSEC seems more like a military operation than a police force.
CSEC.
In light light of the recent attack on Eden Prime, many colonial investors are pulling their support for future projects. Proponents of expanded human colonization insist that Eden Prime was an isolated case. Nevertheless, colonist enrollment has dropped sharply. Many colonial proposals are on hold until backers have some reassurance that human colonies will be adequately protected.
Watch where you going, dickhead.
You can keep the Presidium. This is where the action is.
Yeah, we're going to Flux. This is where the action is. Alright, with that I thank everyone for watching. I hope that you enjoyed as much as I did. I wish you all good nights, sweet dreams, and we're raiding out. So we've got our ass to the Flux. And we're going to raid out to Successful Lost. She's playing Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. Not bad choice. I believe it's interesting, so we're going to raid out to her. And we haven't seen her in a while, and with that I thank everyone for watching again. Wish you good nights with dreams, and please give some love to Successful Lost. I remind you, she is playing Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. It looks old school enough. So we're raiding out. Bye everyone, see you around.